Hey y'all, I hope you're having a great week. It's me again, Jasmine, and today I'm going to talk about landing your first CRA role if you're coming from a bench science or preclinical research background. So many people feel as though having bench science or preclinical research experience qualifies as clinical research experience, especially if they have a PhD in a biomedical science or if they've worked at a pharma or biotech company. However, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it does not. I actually started my research career at the bench, doing cancer biology, molecular biology, and pharmacology research, conducting experiments using typical lab tools like tissue culture, small animal models, westerns, gene manipulation tools like siRNA, shRNA, just to name a few. And I also worked in a translational research lab. So I saw the clinical research side of things as well, but I too had to go through the struggle of transitioning over. While going through this process, I was very frustrated and annoyed. And of course, I wanted to give up. I was confused. Why didn't my preclinical research count? Why wasn't it acknowledged in the clinical world? However, now that I've been on the clinical side for quite some time now, I can see why. So although the basics of how to conduct a quality experiment are the same between preclinical and clinical research, the execution is completely different. And that's just the main difference. There are many more differences, including the language and the terminology used. Transitioning from preclinical to clinical, I felt like I was learning a whole new language, especially with all the acronyms. And guess what? They even vary from company to company. So just when you think you got it, they spring up another one on you. And the regulatory guidelines and rules are different since we're dealing with human subjects. And then there's the difference between academia versus industry research. And this most certainly isn't a complete list, but I just wanted to give you all an idea of some of the basic differences in hopes to give you a better understanding of why your preclinical research experience doesn't exactly qualify as clinical research experience. Now, it does give you an advantage when it comes to understanding the concepts of the research and the study, the protocol as a whole, concerning the clinical research trial. And because it's just really a big, huge scientific experiment. So when it comes to the science side of things, you'll definitely have an advantage with reading the protocol and the investigator brochure. And there's certainly people who have went directly from the bench science position or the biomedical science graduate school program directly into that entry-level CRA role, but it's an exception rather than rule. So I highly recommend seeking out entry-level clinical research roles that will allow you to gain some basic clinical research experience to increase your chances of landing your first CRA position. Now, please feel free to share this video or tag a friend who may be looking for some advice. And as always, for more tips, tools, and information like this, please follow me and drop a comment or send me a message, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible with an answer to your question. Thank you for listening, and I hope you guys have an amazing rest of the week.